Hey guys, Chuck here once again for the cheapbastard.net. And it's one of the last really clear, temperate days that we have of the fall season. Snow should be hitting us pretty soon now. So I figured I'd spend the day out in the woods one last time before things get bitter. We'll do a little squirrel hunting today. Now, before you start, making that ugly sour face, I want you to think for a second here. My forebearers, your forebearers, this is how we fed ourselves. And now before everybody gets too uppity and talking about, oh, it's not right, well, you gotta eat, don't you? And not everybody gets their food at the grocery store. So come on, take a walk in the woods with me today, enjoy the fresh air. I'm gonna show you how to feed yourself, in case things ever get rough. Okay, today we're gonna take a little walk in one of my favorite places on earth. Just half a mile from where I live. It's a nice forest. Not a lot of people coming through here. Well, once in a while you'll get, somebody coming through using it as a shortcut. Plenty of squirrels around here. And I'm going to show you a technique today that you can use to draw the squirrels to your location. Now, before you get any ideas about squirrels being these cute little creatures that you see at the park, eating the popcorn out of your hands, or something out of a cartoon that's wearing a little bow tie and a pair of suspenders, it ain't like that. They're highly competitive creatures, and they will cut each other's throat for a decent meal. So I'm going to show you how to take advantage of their instincts to be able to put food on your table. So stand by, watch closely. We'll take you through it here on the cheapbastard.net. One of the first things I like to do when I get out into the bush is find a place where I know squirrels are going to be. Now, you look up in the trees and you're going to see their nests. Now, typically they look like a big cluster of leaves and debris and these types of things. They're usually in the wedge of a tree, where it branches off high up. Look at least maybe anywhere from 20 feet on up off the ground. Now, they're also going to be more inclined to be where there's a food supply. Now, here where I am right now, there's a lot of hickory trees. There's going to be hickory nuts all over the ground. And so you can dig through the leaves and find their leavings there, all the stripped down shells of the hickory nuts and whatever it was they were chewing on before you got there. And now, you can take the Rambo approach and stomp through the woods and make a lot of noise, stir everything up and alert them to your presence. Myself, I take a sit and wait approach. I can sit out here and wait. I'll find a nice stump or a place where I can rest my back up against and just wait it out for as long as I can. Now, before we get too deep into things today, I want you to do yourself a favor. Before you leave the house, I want you to reach into the change dish, either in your car or in the mayonnaise jar that you keep on the counter, and grab yourself a couple of quarters. I'm talking about these 25-cent pieces. Just 2 of them is all you're going to need. I prefer to use American quarters because they have more of a serrated edge on them, and you're going to use those to mimic the sound of a squirrel chewing on a nut, and that's going to draw the attention of the others. I'll give you a listen. I don't see if you can hear from back there. So I'm going to plant it between my thumb and forefinger. I'm going to curl it around here, make like the equivalent of like a little drum, and now I'm going to scrape them together. Now give a listen. Listen closely now. So now we'll keep this up for a while, and we'll start to hear them rustling in the leaves. The wind is still. We'll be able to see that big fluffy tail in the trees if they're out there. And they will come eventually. You just have to be patient and sit and play the waiting game.
I'd sell your heart to the Trump man, baby, for a buck. For a buck. If you're looking for someone to pull you out of that ditch, you're out of luck. You're out of luck. Ship is sinking. The ship is sinking. The ship is sinking. There's a leak in the boiler room. The poor, the lame, the blind. Who were the ones that we kept in charge? Killers, thieves, and warriors. God's away. chicken and a pig. It's a job, it's a job. Money mood rising with the plague and the fun. Doing the mob, doing the mob. It's all over. It's all over. It's all over. And there's a leak in the boiler room. The poor, the lame, the blind. Who are the ones that we kept in charge? Killers, thieves, and lawyers. God's away, God's away, God's away on business, business. God's away on business, business. God damn, that's always such a big temptation to be good, to be good.
Well guys, it's the end of another beautiful day out here in the bush, and every single one we get is just a bonus, particularly at this time of year. Well, just a few seconds after we got that little guy in the crosshairs, I had to put the camera down because we're a budget operation after all, and able to take a shot at his older brother. Not a problem, we got him here inside the old trusty bolt bag. We'll take him up to the house and clean him. Now I realize that this may not be for all people. I understand that there's a wide diversity of opinions and lifestyles out there, but if you find yourself in sort of a crisis situation and you have limited resources, maybe this will help you get through a long night out there and keep you from shivering hungry in the dark. Once again, it's something that we do just to keep our skills sharp in case the day should ever come that we actually need it. Now, for anybody, particularly you urban types who've never actually gone into the bush and had to take home dinner, it's not as easy as stepping 10 foot into the trail, finding the first game animal within the first 10 seconds, firing a shot, and then hauling it home on your back. It just doesn't happen, and if that's what you think, you're really setting yourself up for a dangerous situation, particularly if you get out there in some of the more remote areas. Small game is really what keeps the hunter going on a daily basis. The big game is great, and there's opportunities when in season for that type of thing, but on a daily basis, what you're looking for is small game, and hopefully this little 50-cent trick will get you through a long night. Thanks again for watching, guys. Remember, the more you know, the less you need. SpendTheCheapBastard.net.